Trey Cleo Max. Sorry about that. I was on mute. Now I'm off mute. So welcome here, everybody, again to the Sports Talk Network. Sorry about that. The first minute being muted. Welcome to the Sports Talk Network, and welcome specifically here to Talking Packers with Steve. And coming off what craziness was Week 1, you have Aaron Rodgers and the Packers coming back. Might as well wear this while I'm talking about it. Knocked out, came back. Packers got a win. So that is awesome. Go, Pack. Go. We're moving right along. Talking about other things that happened in Week 1. We had the Fitzmagic, Ryan Fitzpatrick, showing up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting the win over the New Orleans Saints, destroying that defense. Will that continue into Week 2? That team and Mr. Fitzpatrick has to go against the Philadelphia Eagles team, and for Fitzpatrick specifically up against the Philadelphia Eagles daunting defense defending Super Bowl champions. So yeah, I do want to apologize though for myself not realizing I was muted for the first full minute being on air. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. And you had the 2 Monday Night Football games. You had the Rams destroying the Raiders. So was it a mistake to let Khalil Mack walk? If I can speak here. Pretty much walk, leave, and go to Chicago Bears. And Gruden tried to turn it off like Mack didn't want to be there anymore. Okay, fine. We'll certainly see how the Raiders defense, specifically their pass rushing, does moving forward without the Khalil there. So it didn't certainly look well here in our last night on Monday Night Football, losing to the Rams in the late game. Yeah, the Detroit Lions, which starting off hot. Sam Darnold's very first pass as a pro football player in the NFL was a pick 6. Though our Packer fans do know Brett Favre's first pass as a Falcon, though, Atlanta Falcon, where he was drafted, his first pass was intercepted. His first pass as a Packer was thrown to himself, tipped and thrown to himself. There, I'm trying to remember who he faced that day. I think it was the Bengals. He came in for the Magic Man. He got injured, and then that was it from there. That was the story told. Or as the bell told, as the needle moves forward. But that was pretty much all the craziness going on in Week 1. Also, don't forget the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns finally end their losing streak, but doing it in so much of a Browns way is ending it with a tie. Gosh darn it, they ended with a gosh darn tie over the Pittsburgh. They should have won that, and they should have won it in regulation. Should have won it in overtime. I don't care about the weather. That kicker should have made that son of a gun kick. And maybe he would have if it wasn't blocked. Okay, so good job by Pittsburgh defender, but defensive lineman or whoever that was. But still, Cleveland should have gotten the W instead of taking the tie. At least it's not an L. Obviously, they would have preferred a W. So those, what was it? Bud Light cooler stuff or whatever that will unlock when the Browns win their first game or break their losing streak or this and that. Well, technically they did break the losing streak, but now they came out on Twitter saying no, we won't unlock it there in Cleveland. It's for them. Until they get the W. Will they get it this week? Doesn't look like it in the matchup the team that they're facing, which is the Saints. But certainly going to be interesting. But let's just run through the whole Week 1. Why not? I mean, also we had the Ravens crushing the Bills. Let's go game by gosh darn game. You start off with Thursday Night Football, kicking off with the Super Bowl champions at home facing the Atlanta Falcons. The Eagles getting a win 18-12 in that game, pretty much ending like the playoff game did. Eagles versus Falcons. With the Falcons having a chance to win, and it's just not working out. Eagles getting the win then. Eagles got the win on Thursday last week to kick off the 2018-19 NFL season. Eagles over Falcons 18-12. Bengals over the Colts 34-23. I kind of thought that Andrew Luck coming back, Colts, that and whatever, that they were going to get the W there. I didn't think they were going to blow out the Bengals, but I did, of course, predict last week that the Colts were going to win. The Ravens destroying the Bills. Now, I predicted the Ravens to win. You have Nathan Peterman starting for the Bills, not Josh Allen, the rookie, whatever region that was. But the Ravens to destroy them the way that they did. All I can say is I'm happy I started the Ravens defense on one of my 8 fantasy football teams I have. Ravens 47, Bills 3. Congratulations to the Ravens getting the W there. And then as I talked about the Buccaneers Saints, Buccaneers over the New Orleans Saints 48-40 on the road getting the win with their backup quarterback, Fitzpatrick, just showing up when he wants to. Those sparks of awesomeness, which are few and far between, but still. Ryan Fitzpatrick doing things, maybe even if that keeps up, do enough things and be good enough to make the Buccaneers think, maybe we should excuse me, maybe we should just leave Jameis Winston on the bench when he's able to come back. We'll see. Especially if they beat the Saints on the road and then beat the Super Bowl champion Eagles on the road. They started their season off with 2 road games, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see, obviously, when we talk about week 2. Moving on with week 1 results. The Patriots over the Texans 27-20 in a game that looked close score-wise, but wasn't close playing-wise. 49ers against the Vikings. The Vikings getting the win 24-16. Dolphins over the Titans in a very, very long game. A noon game that didn't end until like 8 or 9 p.m. 2 weather delays there in Miami, Florida. 27-20 Dolphins over the Titans. Titans losing some players. Quarterback, offensive lineman, and tight end. Tight end lost to the season. So the season going to go for Tennessee. It's unfortunate for their fans. Indeed. The Jacksonville Jaguars winning on the road against the Giants. I predicted the Giants to win, I think. Or maybe I did predict the Jaguars because I do like their logo. I mean, that's my reason when I was younger. I liked when the Jaguars entered the league. I was a kid, and it's like, oh, their uniforms looked all right, but their logo looked awesome. Stuff like that. But now this Jaguar team, not only awesome logo, which was updated a couple years ago. As you can see behind me, because I have that as the matchup of the week. This week for week 2, Jaguars getting W on the road, 20-15 over the Giants. And the Steelers Browns with that tie, 21-21. Browns defense looked hecka good, very good. And I really wonder if they do actually start the rookie quarterback there. Baker Mayfield actually gets to start next week. Defense just keeps showing up like they did this past week. Browns are going to get that W and going to get many W's this season. Against good teams, New York teams, other teams, whatever. Browns are officially an NFL team if they have Baker Mayfield in the starting lineup as their starting quarterback. It's simple as that. That's how I see it. All right, the Chiefs defeating the Chargers 38-28. Big divisional win there. Panthers over the Cowboys 16-8. Low scoring affair. I thought that would be more high scoring battle there, but defense there specifically. Washington over Arizona 24-6. That contest. Broncos over the Seahawks 27-24. As I said before, Packers over the Bears 24-23. Aaron Rodgers coming back, grew down 20-0 at one point. Coming all the way back. 24 points, winning by a point there for the Green Bay Packers to be 1-0. Jets destroying the Lions 48-17, and the Rams beating up on the Raiders 33-13 right there. We might as well then move on and move over to week 2 and talk about those games and predict them as they are. If I can get back to my website here. I'm on NFL.com. Excuse me, sorry about that. Ravens versus the Bengals for Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network specifically. Week 4 is when they're going to start being on Fox. And I sent a tweet out on my personal Twitter handle at Army_strong_06. It shouldn't be too far underneath or buried in tweets or retweets. But I said that for Thursday Night Football, NFL Network and whatever network they work with that year or whatnot to simulcast the games should start from the jump. Right? The NFL Network sells itself. It doesn't need to wait till week 4 to be able to see it if you don't have the NFL Network. I mean, the fact that they do have that, that's something and I appreciate. But at some point, hopefully we can then get to the next step of that evolution. Change to have it the whole, because the NFL Network, for people that may not have it like me and others, if we do get it, we're going to get it for those specialty shows and for the pre and post game stuff for pre and post Sunday matchup games, just Sunday football, and through the week, morning shows, afternoon shows. Otherwise, I guess I'll still also watch, First Take, Mike and Mike, Get Up, other things on ESPN, Undisputed, those shows, and Around the Horn and PTI, which is awesome on ESPN. But otherwise, but I still also be watching the NFL Network and seeing what their shows are all about. And then how, all the awesomeness they have for the offseason and in-depth things for the NFL draft leading up to it and on draft night. And otherwise, right? It just sells itself of awesomeness. Almost like the WWE Network sells itself, right? It's $9.99 for the WWE Network. It's stream, in a sense, streaming app and streaming site, streaming app. And yes, you're getting that and be able to watch the pay-per-views instead of paying $50-$60 for pay-per-views, for the WWE Universe, for me and fellow WWE fans. But it sells itself because it has the whole library of WWE almost and forever in the past. Attitude Era, if you want to watch a Raw or SmackDown from that time, pay-per-views, all the pay-per-views. Now they're having collections for specific superstars or otherwise, so it sells itself there. So I would say the same thing with the NFL Network. I rambled off sort of things that I would get the network for if I had them, that then I know to do so. So. And also for 9/11, I wanted to get my condolences, and never forgotten, I myself, 9/11 was one of the reasons that I joined the Army and joined the military in 2006 after I graduated high school. But I just wanted to share that, and so I don't get twisted. I didn't forget. Today is the day of remembrance, as it is each and every year. It should always be, right? Just because you get further and further away, yes, you're supposed to move on. Yes, live your life, as Rosalie said then and now. But never forget. Never forget for us as a nation. Never, not to always be on our toes, but then also never forget and to never truly get rid of those memories of those people that lost their lives, whether you knew them specifically or not. Always remember them. Never forget. But I just want to bring that up. But anyways, let's start with predictions. Ravens against the Bengals, Thursday Night Football in Cincinnati. I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Bengals, 27-21. Close game. Highest scoring octane of awesomeness. But, yeah, I'm going Ravens over the Bengals, 27-20. For Sunday matchups here, but first with the noon games on CBS or Fox. Of course, if it's AFC games, AFC versus AFC, NFC versus NFC, definitely will be on Fox. Fox for the NFC, CBS for the AFC, but you guys and gals already know that, right? Chiefs versus the Steelers here. First noon matchup here. I have the Steelers over the Chiefs, actually getting a W. Steelers get the win at home. 13-3 Steelers over the Chiefs. They're kind of a low-scoring game. That should be. Dolphins against the Jets. I'm going to go with the Jets getting the win against the Dolphins. Dolphins 1-0. Jets 1-0. Actually, a big matchup. That one could have been game of the week for me. It's only going to be an intriguing game to watch, even for me as the outsider, as a Packer fan, my perspective. But I'm going to go with the Jets over the Dolphins. 23-28. Field goal. Time runs out. That kind of thing. Jets over Dolphins there. Eagles, Buccaneers. This one's a little trickier. Will Fitzpatrick fall down to earth with the mighty Eagles defense? Maybe or maybe not. Maybe he'll prove himself and beat the Eagles. Maybe not in a 48-40 kind of way, or putting 48 points on them, but maybe in a 26-20 kind of way, a 24-23 win kind of thing, like the Packers did in a different situation. But I'm going to go with the Eagles over the Buccaneers. Eagles over the Buccaneers, 24-23 there. Browns against the Saints. You start Baker Mayfield, Browns probably win that game. Might not, who knows. But I'm going the Saints over the Browns, 27-13 there. Colts against Washington team. I'm going to go with... What's tough one, man? I'm going to Colts over Washington, 27-20. Right there. Chargers against the Bills. The Bills better start their rookie quarterback or they're going to get destroyed. Again, sorry, Nathan Pavin. I respect you. I respect all people on this earth. But, no. If I was a Buffalo Bills fan, I'd be hoping to goodness that Josh Allen gets to start. But no matter what, Los Angeles Chargers are going to get the win over the Buffalo Bills. Chargers over the Bills, 35-21 there. Vikings Packers, I might as well go through it as I am with new in order. Vikings at Packers. Will Aaron play? Will he not? He probably will. I'm going to go with the Packers over the Vikings. Packers over Vikings, 27-21. Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Certainly going to be an interesting matchup. You know, the Falcons coming off a loss, starting off the NFL season against the defending champions and taking that out in the weight that they did. I'm inclined to go with them. But I'm going to go with the Panthers. Panthers over the Falcons, 21-20. Yeah. Texans against the Titans. Texans defeating the Titans. There, 24-21. Arizona Cardinals, Los Angeles Rams. I'm going the Rams over the Cardinals, 35-13. Lions against the 49ers. I'm going 49ers over the Lions, 16-9. Raiders is the Broncos. Broncos over the Raiders, 24-12. Game of the week I have here, which is, you know, an afternoon game. The first afternoon game, I'm sorry to say, or I'm sorry that I didn't bring up, was Arizona against LA, the Cardinals versus the Rams, just in case for those that were following along that way. And then already I meant to be an afternoon game. So Patriots, Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm going to go Patriots over Jaguars, getting the win on the road, 24-23 there. Giants against the Cowboys. Giants over the Cowboys, road win, 35-21. Seahawks against the Bears in Chicago. Chicago over Seattle, 24-20. Right there for Monday Night Football. So the Sunday Night Football game is the Giants and Cowboys. Monday Night Football, Seattle and Chicago. I have the Giants and the road team getting the win for Sunday night. And the home team, Chicago Bears, getting the win on Monday Night Football. But yeah, craziness for the Packers. Packers coming back. Aaron Rodgers, and got injured, thinking, season's over for the Packers, let alone for him. He comes back after halftime, and I'm like, yeah, we're probably gonna win this. That's gonna be awesome. And we did. So, yeah, there you go. Sorry about the camera thing. But, yeah, those are my predictions for week 2. And my review of week 1. Packers getting an awesome win, getting the win over the Chicago Bears. Khalil Mack did play very, very well. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Packers do in week 2. With another home game against another divisional foe, this time being the Minnesota Vikings. So, thank you all for watching live, or those watching archived and otherwise. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll be back here on Thursday night for Steve's Wrestling Ramble. And then on Sunday night to review Hell in a Cell pay-per-view WWE's there. So again, take care. Enjoy the weather in your area. And above all else, as always, take care.